Hello, everybody. It's us, the Paper Dungeon, and it's a Monday, which means that we're streaming our main campaign, Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, Outer Realms. That's what we do. I'm Aaron. I'm the DM for this campaign. You may have seen me before. I was a player in the previous season, and I'm incredibly excited to be here to play some Dungeons & Dragons with my pals.
Aaron, I want you to know every single time you change how you say it, so I never know when you're done or not.
I got to keep you on your toes.
It's throwing me
failing.
off. I'm DJ.
Come on.
I'm DJ.
Not you, Aaron,
I was the DM last time, and now I play Oda and Mana.
I'm Gracie. I play Addy, the fighter.
I am Drew. I play Taleth, the edgy wizard.
I am Jar Jar, and I play the magnificent Medora.
Ooh.
Hi, I'm Grant. I play the illustrious Leslie, the shiny shifter and ridiculous ranger. And today I have a fun fact for you. Did you know that on Venus, it gets so hot that it actually vaporizes the metals? And then once they get high enough, they start to condensate, I believe is the word. And then they start falling like snow. So it sort of snows metal on Venus. And at the top of mountains and stuff, there's like this layer of metal snow instead of water-based snow. So that's pretty neat.
So the song goes, Metal Rain,
Metal rain.
Yeah. Excellent fact, Grant. I would like to say a shout out to our Kickstarters. This show is made possible by you. We will be mailing out the rewards that you get by the end of June. Hopefully before then, but at least by the end of then. I'm struggling, but we're doing our best. So keep an eye on your inboxes. We'll keep you informed as best we can. Content warning. This is a mature show meant for mature people. If you can't handle it, you should leave now. Because
Mature people like us.
Yeah, like us, the most mature of people, especially Grant. Very
Yeah, that's
mature.
what people think of when they think of me.
When you think
He's
of
so
Grant,
mature.
they go, "Wow, what a mature guy." That's what I've got to say for this intro. Thanks for listening. Welcome to the table. Drew, send us in. Last time on the Paper Dungeon, our group in the western camp on the moon of Toru, a prison planet that has been jailbroke, and the prisoners ran riot, killed all the guards, and split into various factions. There in the camp ran by a bugbear named Rograk, who is kind of shielding their real target on the moon, a doctor, Dr. Anna Rose, from Captain Leslie's old crew. They infiltrated, Taleth going invisible, unbeknownst to the rest of the camp, and kind of wandered around, found some unique information about this Rograk fellow. He has a mysterious skin graft on his back with various arcane runes, demonic writing, holy magic, all sorts of stuff in there. They gained some information and reconvened to try to figure out what exactly they want to do going forward. Addy has a contact on the moon that they can gain some information to attempt to deal with the problem of Ogum, a rival camp leader. In the meanwhile, to try to figure out whether or not they should include Rograk into this plan or to what extent they can work with Rograk, Taleth disguised himself as Oda and went down to the camp, Medora turning into his familiar in the shape of his bird Melody on his shoulder. They are kind of stopped by Rograk with a request to attempt to assist him with his ailment. Within the investigation, Taleth still in the guise of Oda, Taleth ventures into Rograk's mind, encountering a magical barrier that he easily bypasses, entering into a stone tunnel or labyrinth within Rograk's mind. And as he turns around, he finds that the entrance is gone. Outside of Rograk's mind, Taleth collapses, Rograk attempts to grab Oda's vestments, which are illusionary, and goes, "Devilry!" And that's where we start off. Medora, you are the witness to this happening. You're kind of clipping through the clothing on Taleth's back that is illusionary as a little bird. Your polygons aren't quite aligned, you know? Rograk is, even without an insight check, you can kind of tell. Rograk is not taking this well. He is a little frightened, a little surprised, and is definitely about to call for reinforcements.
Can I do like, okay. I'm trying to
you're
see
a
this would
bird.
be, I want to do like a nature performance check or something to where I could maybe like mock Melody. There we go. Mock like Melody's like loving nature to like kind of try to calm down Rograk, you know.
Yeah, you want to perform the horse maneuver of like woo woo, but you're a
But as
bird.
a bird. So
I will allow a
Tweet bird.
nature performance check.
awesome.
I will also allow animal handling in the weirdest sense that I've ever had it applied.
Whoa.
Can you handle
Okay.
your own animal?
What's the energy drink brand where it's like unleash the beast? You know, what's that one? Is that
Is
Monster?
that just monster?
It's monster.
Yeah, it's
There you go.
monster.
Can you?
Not sponsored.
Also famed song by Skillet.
I feel like a
17.
monster. That's right. Yeah.
What did you say the number was?
17.
Let's roll for. Let's see if Aaron can roll dice well. You know, that's been an ongoing trend of the past
Oh.
several sessions.
Grant, keep the grippers contained.
I still have my socks on.
Let him fly. That's what I say.
No, you madman.
Free the beast, Grant.
No, you can't make me.
I am Grant's devil on his shoulder. Rograk, you pop out and you just, in a weird way, it kind of resembles one of those like Amazonian bird mating dances where they have the like feathers out and they like do some like fancy shaking and shimmying. It does catch his eye and he remembers you as like the familiars have been seen like around the party. He is you can tell that he pauses. He isn't immediately going to call for assistance or anything. And he will notice that like the person isn't moving, so they're not in any objective danger to him at the moment. He will kneel down to you and say, "Little bird, have you brought this, I can only assume, assassin to me?"
Tweet, tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet.
"I do not speak your tongue."
I don't use my like.
Somehow you snap. He'll say, "You yourself do not seem threatening. Are you here to protect me?"
I try to nod my head.
Okay. Should I... Are you working with this creature? Whatever lies below this illusion.
Discord does not want us to know that you're making bird sounds.
I know it doesn't at all.
Maybe just vocalize tweet, tweet.
Use one tweet for yes, two tweets for no.
Oh, this could be tough. 'Cause I'm
If
trying
you
to
can
like.
understand me. Either that or you're just a bird and I look like an idiot right now.
Because he still looks like Oda, right? Like the illusion is
Yes.
not worn up. Okay.
The illusion
Well-
does not require concentration.
Okay, perfect. So tweet.
Yes. So this, whatever this person looks like below the illusion, they're not here to harm me?
Tweet.
I would love to ask you what their purpose is, but that isn't a yes or no question.
I like pick up a stick off the ground and like I'm like in my mouth. I'm like,
Are you you're saying that I should kill him?
tweet, 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 tweet.
That's 6 tweets. I'm so confused. Is it a wand? Is it a staff? Is it a mystical implement that you are beckoning me towards? Is that a magic stick? Is it? I've never had charades with a bird. Is there some place that you would like me to take this person?
I'm trying to think where would he even take this illusioned person? 'Cause I'm trying to.
Do they need a doctor?
I mean, the problem is, well, no one's seen. The problem is, I'm thinking, Medora's thinking, the problem is, once the illusion wears off, no one else has seen Taleth come in with us. It's an extra person.
Mm-hmm.
Crap, this could be.
Dr. Anaros has seen Taleth.
That's the only other person. And as of right now, we're still trying to figure out if she's still as trustworthy as we think.
She probably won't kill me on the spot.
He
Probably the
literally was
safest-
just questioning on whether or not to kill you.
No.
He literally was like,
she won't kill me on the
is he
spot.
going to harm me?
And-
So in the sense of being like, oh, he's gonna harm me? Oh, punch him in the face, kill him.
And-
You know?
No. Yeah.
If Taleth's gonna be revealed, we might want it to be in a spot where like we're in control of the situation rather than like in the middle of the atrium, you know?
So where is the rest of the group currently right now? Before I answer this
The rest of the
question?
group is still in that little like kind of higher up meeting place closer to the walls. This is not a huge area, so it's probably about like a 5-minute run. A little faster for you because you can go as the melody flies.
Okay, so then I will draw a horrible rendition. Like I'm assuming there's dirt next to me, so a horrible rendition of a copy of a bird, and then an arrow pointing at the bird, and then I like try to like point stick at me, and then
Yes, you are a bird. That's very good. Probably the smartest bird I've ever seen.
hey, Medora's just like, God, I thought this man was smart. Oh, okay. And then, I will try to draw a horrible rendition of Rograk. Horrible rendition, where it's Rograk, arrow, bird.
Make a dexterity performance check.
Heck
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
You got this. If Oda was there, he'd give you guidance, but I have to do it in spirit.
Check my notes, check my numbers. 16.
16, that's pretty good.
Okay,
So you
okay, I
managed
don't know,
to-
man.
You managed to like draw your rendition of Rograk kind of looks like a mixture between like a gingerbread man and the boogeyman.
I hope it has a
Um,
really exaggerated mustache. You know?
Yes, the mustache is what really
That's
ties
the main
it together.
part.
And he goes, "Okay, that is clearly me. Fantastic rendition.
Tweet.
And you want me to do something
Tweet.
that involves the man on the ground.
Tweet.
Does it involve moving him?
Tweet.
Can you show me where?"
Tweet.
K.
Nice. Well done,
He will, with impressive ease. It takes him a little bit because he like isn't quite sure where the legs are. Like he knows that the legs are there because he was walking, but he it's weird to try to grab something that you can't see, but you can see something in front of it.
Especially because Oda's like 100 pounds heavier than
Yeah.
Taleth.
Like you basically, Taleth is in an untouchable mech suit that like he's just puppeteering around. But yeah, Rograk will grab Taleth and follow you to wherever you lead him, really. Do you head back to the rest of the group?
I
Tweet.
lead. I will go back to the
Okay.
group.
You head back to the rest of the group. Rest of the group, you guys are kind of sitting in your little like get together perch on the outskirts of the city, chatting it up, getting ready for Taleth to show back up and kind of tell you what's what. Yes?
I had things that I was going to do while they were gone, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. After Toda and Melody,
Toda.
or Toda, after they leave, Oda kind of sit there for a little while before eventually he's going to go off into the corner. And around his neck, he has that necklace of like a cheap chain with like badly cut glass gems. And he uses one of them and inserts it into space and time, twisting it. And there's like a little door in like the fabric of reality that opens up. And he's going to pull out a little chest. Sets the chest down. It's very simple. It's just a little wooden chest. And he's going to open it up. And in the corner of the chest, he pulls out this little bundle of cloth. And as he unwraps it, if anybody's paying, he's not really hiding it, but there's a couple of these little sigils that basically that's flat, and it's like kind of an oval that's almost reminiscent of a face, but you can't really tell because there's two sets of wings that kind of cover it. Sets one aside, and then along the side of it, there's on the wings, there's 4 feathers that can be moved. The third one he's going to lift up. And this is his way of communicating with Lycath. So I'm going to give Lycath a little message.
Gotcha. Let me pull up your document that tells me who everyone is. So that way I can remember. I'm pretty sure I remember who Lycath is, but you have like 1,000 people.
I have like 6 important NPCs.
Like 1 million. Like 10 billion people that I need to know. Oh my gosh. There's also like 90 tabs.
Lycath is the
yes, got it.
He's
Found
the
crap. I need to figure out what he sounds like. Go for it.
Oh, yeah. All right, great. Lycath, can you hear me?
Ooh, that's actually interesting.
He's a smuggler, Well, yeah. Can you hear me?
Roll a D100.
Oh my gosh, dice! I'm such an idiot. This is the problem with moving everywhere all the time. Oh my gosh, I have dice right here. Never mind.
Because
You're so smart. You're so smart.
I'm such a professional D&D player. You said D100?
Mm-hmm. See how available Lycath is at the moment.
Oh my gosh.
He has a document with all the relevant NPCs on it for the DM. He's got dice right there, ready for action at any moment.
Doing this a long time. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. 99.
99.
That's really bad most of the time.
Normally really bad.
Well, it's the sectors. Things are really weird here.
Absolutely. Oh gosh. How offended will you be by any accent that I do? DJ?
None.
For
Absolutely not.
Okay, great.
This sigil only kind of works anyway. I can't message Day right now anyway.
So like, if it didn't work, I would have NPC.
What was that?
A voice in mind for Lycath?
Whatever the heck you want it to be.
Whoa. Let me pause you right there, DJ. Just to make sure that it's clear what the DM just asked. You have the ability to make the DM do any accent that you want the DM to do. I'm just reminding you that is what he said.
That is true, but I actually like Aaron, so I like to make his life as easy as possible.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So whatever he wants to do. Lycath is a smuggler. I imagine not necessarily a pirate accent, but I wouldn't be surprised if he sounded somewhat like Captain Silvers.
Sounds just a little bit like a baby. Some goos, some gauze in there.
You hear
through solo-esque character.
Yeah, through your sending stone, your contact crystal.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a couple of concerning noises. You hear what sounds like a spell being cast. Maybe the sounds of swords clashing. A cry of pain. And then a voice crackles over and goes, Yeah, I'm a little busy right now.
I love it. I love it.
Can I help you? Right
Yes,
now.
but call me when you're not in danger.
Shazza! And then you hear just like gunfire, and then it cuts off.
Okay. I'm gonna keep this on me, I think, for a little while. And I just kind of like tuck it into my robe somewhere. And then I'll wrap up the other one, put that back in the chest, close up the chest, lock that away. And then I will kneel down and get into a position of prayer.
Throwing up to the big guy upstairs.
Big G, you know. And I'll bow my head. And I will. This one, no, this page. I'm gonna start praying. You who hears all pain, your Reaper calls. I'm looking to connect with the alchemist.
Can you roll for me?
Oda has no clue if this will work, by the way.
Roll
Been a
a
while.
wisdom religion check.
Whoa. You mean what?
You should be very good at this,
should be?
theoretically.
Heck
Stereotypically, this should be up your avenue.
Okay, all right. 16 plus patience, that's plus 2 plus that, so that's going to be 23.
23. You have offered up this prayer at times before. Your God is not a silent God by any means. When you were a younger man, you actively communicated with the God of Death regularly. Recently, communication has been difficult. Your God has gone silent in a lot of ways. Your powers still function, your spells still cast, you still feel your divine connection to him, but he does not speak to you. You do feel your prayer reach somewhere. Kind of like you get like one of those old-timey switchboard operators that like connect you to like your, hey, I need to speak to a Dave Jones, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, plug you in right there. You feel that kind of divine switchboard, but your God does not say anything. You do feel as though your prayer reaches somewhere else, and you think that she probably wants you to say what you want first.
Actually, surprised this worked. Alchemist, this is the Reaper. I know we've never actually interacted, but I was hoping that you could potentially give me some information on a bugbear named Rograk that you were able to help with a few years ago. You gave him a vial that acted as his... Do I actually know any of this information? Now that I'm
Yes.
thinking about it. Okay.
I believe you do, yeah.
I thought I did.
Oh, you may not know about the vial. You know
Yeah.
that
I just know that she
met
helped him.
with she helped him. She helped
but
him.
That's
we
what it
didn't
was.
learn
I
about
don't
the
know
vial or the ritual until I talked
That's
to him.
specifically Taleth and Medora, yeah.
Dang it. You helped Rograk. And I'm just looking to know more about what it was that you did with him, and if there's anything that I could do to potentially continue to help him.
Hot dang, we're rolling fire tonight. Until it probably matters. The voice responds, I shall lend you my eyes. And you are given a vision from the perspective of the alchemist. You are in a cave. It is damp. It smells like iron, like metal. To your side is a young tabaxi in a medical coat. And at the far end of this kind of shallow cave, more of a depression into like stone, there is a hunched figure that, like, at full height is very clearly much taller than you are at the moment. The alchemist is not a large figure. It is covered in dried blood, lacerations, actively oozing wounds. It holds a bloodied cleaver in its hand. There appear to be remnants of people scattered around the cave. The vision changes to the figure that you see in the cave, which is most likely Rograk. He doesn't have his mustache, so, could be any bugbear.
You never know.
You've got the one defining feature, right? Bound in these, like, sickening, glowing green chains, face down, as the doctor performs a surgery. Like, skin grafting new flesh onto his back. Together, almost like in a dreamlike state, you witness, like, rituals being performed, names being carved with intention in demonic text. And then when the healing process begins, as the skin is stitched and then, like, sealed to the body, the alchemist goes to what appears to you like a very advanced chemistry and alchemy set, and begins combining regents and some, like, almost mythical, like, ingredients that, like, shouldn't exist, and, like, combining them, praying to the god of death, and, like, creating this small vial wrapped in divine word, containing a mysterious green liquid, stoppered and sealed. And then approaching the man, putting it in his hand, and you see those words written into his back glow with the same light, or light the same color as the liquid in the vial. You feel and see souls rising from the bodies that had been discarded in this cave flow towards Rograk and into each of the names carved on his back. His breathing steadies, and the doctor collapses from exhaustion. Clearly this having been a task performed over, like, several days, probably without sleep. And the vision ends.
Thank you. Do I know of the ritual that was performed? Am I at all familiar with it?
You
It wasn't exactly
Roll-
my forte
Yeah.
for when I was a little bit higher up.
roll a I'm gonna say Arcana with advantage.
For the advantage, okay. No. I rolled a 2, and I was like, oh, good, I have advantage. And then I rolled a 5. So I'm guessing that's probably not going to be a whole lot. Arcana, does a 6 do it for you, DM?
Oh, hot dang. That's above 25%, You know that the ritual exists. You can glean the idea that most likely the binding regent for like keeping this aspect of Rograk locked away is the like desires of restless spirits. Like in kind of a penance or a way to like pay back these souls for their untimely death. They became the cage that locked away the butcher. How to do it?
No clue.
You know that there's a lot of
Like,
alchemy stuff in
whoa.
there.
That's a lot of magic right there.
Like,
Ooh.
you know, you were more of like a stab
just like
command an army type of guy.
That's not exactly like, hey G, give us your divine favor, you know.
Yeah.
That's like real
Yours is
ritual
like, yeah, it's like you can make a milkshake and that's the extent of your alchemy.
Cool. Oda's going to sit there. Takes a breath. And then he's going to pull out a notebook. Looks very similar to this one. And then he's going to start drawing.
Fantastic. Is anyone else doing anything at this time?
I'm glaring at Oda.
I can't believe it.
I have an Oda thing.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible. Wow.
We're all just sitting there silently. Gracie's glaring at Oda.
The like sound come over the radio too. Like,
Okay, yeah. And, you know, Oda's doing the priestly things, praying and whatnot. And after Oda starts going to drawing and it seems to be over, Leslie just goes, without moving, now that you're done with your priestly duties, I can't help but wonder if, and I apologize if this is an assumption, I can't help but wonder if your presence here bodes poorly for the people stuck on this planet. Do you have any reason to believe that they will make it off?
My presence does not always mean that I am aware of death to come. There are times where I'm sent.
Just like an omen.
Death
Follows you, right?
can seem like that.
Doesn't happen fast enough, you facilitate it.
Well, if you're referring to our
Are?
cannibal, I was trying to perform a mercy. I do not know of any specific deaths to come, if that's what you're asking.
Can you ever tell?
Yes. There are times where I'm sent to places to perform rites, and there are certain people that need, unfortunately, special attention, whether that's good or bad. And so I can go perform those duties. It's been more difficult recently. It seems that either the connection that I have had, which has been dampened in the last few years, has continued to be severed, or something's happened with the Onyx Angel.
Well, that's unsettling.
It is. Yes.
With that in mind, I mean, how often are you sent somewhere, stumble along a place, and everybody makes it out okay?
I mean, death is a
happen-
natural part of life, and so there isn't always a guarantee that everyone's going to make it out. But I certainly try my best nowadays to ensure that if I can.
Is there anything you can tell me that will help me ease my mind about your presence and hundreds, maybe thousands of lives at stake on this planet. And I apologize. I know it's not your choice, but from the stories I've heard and maybe even a little bit what I've seen, it seems that it might be a little inevitable if you really are what people say you are. And it just puts a bit of a rock in my stomach.
My duty at the moment is to help you all in whatever ways I can. And that means that the resources that I have gathered over the years are at your disposal. The small, very, very small amount of wisdom that I have is yours if you want it. And hopefully the equally small amount of power that I have can be used to help these people while preventing people that should be here from leaving. But
I'll employ
mostly imprisoned. Everyone seems like many of the good people of this camp. I would love to see how many we can help and if we can do anything for them.
That's good to hear. I'd like to employ some of your wisdom. I mean, right now we have a ship that has limited capacity, and, well, it's a little bit of a precarious situation trying to get people off this planet with the powers that be. But of course, we can't leave them to die, especially with Ogum running about, and we saw the product of whatever madness is happening over there. So what do we do? We can't just leave, can we?
No.
Is there a way to resolve this?
My experience would be to send in a force to eliminate Ogum. In the past, we have put in our own leaders to ensure the results that we wanted. I don't know if there's someone that we could put in Ogum's place that could contain those prisoners and make sure that they can't do any damage. At the same time, my tendency is to lean heavily on my friends. I was trying to contact a very, very good friend of mine. His name is Lycath, with hopes that we could either gather enough resources to get our friends off of here, or perhaps even get a external government involvement to maintain order with these prisoners. But he was momentarily detained. So I'm hoping to hear from him soon, and perhaps we can use his resources to help us. But I still am a little fearful of letting Ogum maintain himself in the position that he's in. But I don't know. Honestly, I feel rather rattled from this whole experience.
It's around now that the you still have Melody and, oh god, I'm blanking on the snake.
Serious.
Sirius. I'm like,
Why
it's
so
someone from
serious?
Harry Potter. There's a very strange reaction where, they've just been kind of chilling there, flitting about, slithering around, and then like Sirius's head just pops up and like looks around, and some part of like the look in Sirius's eyes changes from being one that has like clear consciousness and thought to just being a snake. And Sirius just begins to slither away. and Melody looks very concerned.
Is it
What's
just
Taleth up to?
Is he more of a snake than he was? Not that he never wasn't a snake, but like.
Oh, well, I figured that Taleth was controlling the little fella. Usually he doesn't go off on his own like that. Well, look, what's he doing now? What is he doing now,
to
DM?
follow him.
Yeah, he's eating eggs out of a bird's nest.
Well, that's strange. Which birds? We've already established there's 0 birds.
It's chocolate eggs from Easter. Someone
But then that's even worse because it means
That
there's food.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That
not
makes
good.
sense.
So there are no birds, but there is Easter. This is canon. We have confirmed. No, he's just a regular snake. It looks like he seems threatened by you approaching him. It's around this point in time that you begin to hear footsteps. As you turn to look, you see a little bird flapping along. It's Medora. Behind her is Rograk running, like chasing after her, carrying Oda.
Oh no.
Disguised Taleth.
Okay.
What are we gonna do? Oh, hi.
Does he get into the door? Does he get into the room?
You've got time to do some actions to move somewhere, do some stuff before anything happens.
Oda,
No.
turn into
I'm
Taleth.
gonna hide behind the door, I guess.
Wait, that wouldn't work.
Make a stealth check, Oda.
I'm not trying to be stealthy.
Oh yeah, you just like.
I like go behind the door, and as soon as he crosses the threshold, I close the door behind him.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
He runs into the building and he seems fully concentrated on Medora, and he says, "All right, little bird, lead me."
Don't freak out.
At
Don't
this
freak
point,
out.
I then like calmly step into like a little span of like a relatively shadowed place. I know that Melody's in the room, and I don't want her to like technically witness her own death. So because it's going to
I
be a very
appreciate
quick
you looking out for my bird and not giving her
It's going to be
PTSD.
a very quick transformation. Basically, if you have seen the Shrek scene of the bird exploding, that's just what's going to happen. And the bird explodes with like black ooze, and like that black ooze runs across the ground, and then I come up out of it, just like all slimy. I'm just like rubbing it off.
Oh
Hey.
my gosh.
Sorry. Don't freak out. It's a long. Well, is it a long story, guys? No.
I don't know if it's a long.
I don't
story.
think I've heard it.
It's probably best to set. The man
Rograk
down.
drops Taleth on the ground.
Ooh, that's not
puts
good.
his
Okay.
hands in a defensive position. He says, "Medora,
Yes.
have
yes,
you
yes.
lied to me in bird form?
No, I promise I have not lied to you. I promise.
Because this is feeling an awful lot like a setup."
No, wings
Yeah,
were never
yeah.
crossed when I said.
What is
Leslie,
going
no,
on,
right now.
Medora?
Leslie, hold
What
on,
is
hold
going on here?
Everybody calm down. Just calm down. Okay, Rograk, I couldn't say a lot when I was in bird form, okay? We were just trying to help, okay? We still want to help, okay? That's all that we want to do. We want to help you guys. And the people behind me are very trustful people. I trust all of them with my life. And that's a lot coming from a druid.
Can you roll a persuasion check for me?
I sure can.
That means a lot, Medora. I know it's not the time, but thank you. I
Shut up.
appreciate that.
Don't push your luck.
Yeah.
Don't push your luck. I'll give you so many lefts you were reaching for a right. All right. Let's see. 12.
12. He doesn't seem terribly convinced that he's not in danger. He does drop his hands defensively and says, "All of you appear to have deceived me. I hope it's for good reason."
You wouldn't believe us if we told you. I promise. But we're
I
here to
think
help.
that you'd be surprised at the amount of weirdness that I am willing to accept.
Also, meanwhile, I'm plucking leftover feathers out of my skin.
He points at that.
I'm gonna
Touche.
go over and kind of start doing some checks on Taleth. Make sure he's conscious, he's breathing, his heart's working. It's
Yeah.
very difficult because I can't see Taleth.
Yeah, you keep like, where's the pulse? And you're like, that's his palm. The
Go
wrist
look
must
to your
be
left.
nearby.
Look to your left.
We're seeing Oda
Yes, absolutely.
reach his hand through Oda.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's a
weird.
very
Oh,
bizarre
deception.
sight. Yeah.
What you got for me, Drew?
DM.
Yeah.
Would Oda?
Oh,
would
your
Oda
weird
be
physical stuff?
concerned about the fact that I'm not breathing?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Roll
Does he
medicine check
have
for me.
a heartbeat?
This is the
maybe?
information that you're supposed to tell the doctor before you find yourself in a medical crisis.
Don't worry, it's okay.
Does he have like an information card?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
yeah.
A magical
Here's my
card.
diagnosis. This is all my
Allergies.
symptoms.
Oh my
type.
gosh.
Randomly pops up when he
Okay.
passes out.
Allergic to
type question
penicillin.
mark?
Yeah, it's
My
like
Taleth
it's,
addiction as
it's like
does
yeah, I
not
have
breathe.
I have asthma. I have
Like
my
severe
hair is in
asthma.
this pocket.
Okay, Taleth does not breathe. Got it. It's in my notes.
Does Oda just think Taleth is dead then?
Yeah. Oda immediately starts giving him CPR.
Roll a medicine check.
Oh no. How's he looking, Oda?
You may be a really bad doctor, Oda. Maybe you don't.
I'm
know.
not necessarily a bad doctor. I'm not necessarily a bad doctor. That's a 19.
19. So you do notice that he isn't breathing. And you go through the things. The breathing is actually not the first thing that you notice because you can't see his chest rise and fall because
Mhm.
there's an illusion there that would prevent
Is
you
the-
from seeing that. So you
Is
go
the
for the
illusion hollow?
pulse.
If I stick my head in it, will I be able to see him?
That is an excellent question. I'm gonna say yes. So you go to lean in to like hear for heartbeat. You're feeling around for a pulse.
Oh, that
He
don't
has
look
a
right.
pulse,
That's weird
like
and
one
wrong.
pulse. Like every couple of minutes, there's one pulse.
Okay. Very cash.
It's around the same time that he like it more of like, you know how like if you take a dead frog and you like dip its legs in like hot water, they will just still have the reflex to like go away from the water. That's kind of how his breathing works. It's more like his body every once in a while instinctively takes a breath because it remembers breathing. But you don't think that like it like is doing anything for him. He might be dead or like in a coma.
This is
I
really
don't
bad. I used all
know.
my spell slots on other people.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Taleth, we don't ask a lot of
I don't know
questions.
where the first Oda starts and the second one ends.
It is kind of trippy.
Medora, what happened? Can you explain
This
that?
guy's self lasts for 1 hour. This is fantastic.
I like turn to Addy because I feel like I can only trust Addy with this information because she's getting really close to Taleth. You know, I won't touch her because I'm scared she's gonna, uppercut me. So basically, what I saw is that I think maybe Taleth is currently running in the mind of Rograk right now. Maybe.
What? That's bad. That's really bad.
I can tell you what happened. This charlatan walked up to me in your guise and then I confided in him,
Yes.
and he has used that to attempt to do something to me, and then he collapsed on the ground.
That's pretty embarrassing.
It is.
Sounds like he's not very good at whatever he does. I'm gonna kick his leg a
Indeed.
little bit.
Yeah, Talus must be pretty improficient at arcane arts. Also nudges Talus' leg.
This is your
Rograk.
cue to wake up, bud.
Can I
This
roll
is-
persuasion?
No.
Maybe Addy gets persuasion with advantage.
Oh, I'm just kicking his leg for the sake of
That's just for fun.
kicking it.
Oh, I thought you were
Do
doing
not
the thing
hard,
where
just
it's like
nudging it.
I thought you were
No.
doing the thing where it's like almost
genuinely think
reverse
that's pretty funny.
psychology. Yeah, where
Like,
you're like
Dang.
we're like,
that
hey,
sucks,
wow,
dude.
wow, Talus
Can't
is
believe
bad.
that happened.
Nudges him to
How
see
a
if he
bummer.
What a
reacts.
loser.
Like, can we say that Talith hears what we're saying, but it's like echoey in his head?
We'll
Or
see.
it's like
what
echoing
Taleth can
Rograk's
hear
head.
once we get to
Okay,
him.
so that'd be funny.
Rograk, this is Taleth. He is a companion of ours. Initially, when we were approached by the Hawk and his allies, Taleth disappeared in order to potentially be a failsafe if we needed protection. And we're just now reconnecting with him. And he needed to talk with you, but again, you didn't know that he was here, and so we allowed him to take my shape to talk with you about more of the reasons that we're here. I apologize that you confided in him. I'm glad that you thought you could confide in me, and if you would like to talk about it, I'm happy to talk. I don't know what's going on with him at the moment. But
I walk over to Oda and I say, he is real, by the way, and I slap him on the back really hard. You can see my hand didn't
it's like
go into
right
him.
in the center, right where it's sensitive. Oh.
Yeah, see, our
He's
hands
real.
don't go through. I poke him in the belly.
Okay, all right. Whoa.
And sock him on the arm.
Okay, I'm gonna
Start beating up
a couple
Oda.
steps away from my companion.
And Rograk will say, I understand caution. I understand that. Your true reasons for being here are something that we will have to discuss. But seeing as I do believe that you are good people, from the interactions that I have seen of you thus far, and what people have told me of you, our first priority should probably be assisting your friend, which does require information about myself. And you probably need to tell me some about your friend on the floor.
Tweet. I mean, sure.
First off, I was once known by a different name when I did not have full control of my faculties. I was known as the Butcher. I did many bad things. Things that cannot be forgiven. I was saved from that by two good Samaritans of great strength that locked away my ailment. In the words of the priest, the alchemist, I believe she went by, I was born with the soul equivalent of a Siamese twin, an attached secondary person that fed off of who I am. They could not detach it from me, so instead they imprisoned it. They locked it away. And they did so using the anger of restless souls, the people that I had killed, as a way for them to gain vengeance. And as long as I maintained divine connection to guide those souls and keep them within me, the Butcher would not return. I fear that your friend, did you give him a name, Taleth?
Taleth, yes.
Taleth may have attempted to interfere with the lock in some way. I felt his presence in my mind for a moment, and then it was gone.
I mean, gone. Like like gone, like.
I no longer feel him attempting to reach within my mind. I do not know where his presence is, if it is within me, but I cannot feel the Butcher either, but I know that the Butcher is there.
So if Taleth is also theoretically being trapped by the anger of these souls, then Taleth would also be with the soul that is the butcher, right? And being held in by those souls.
If he has entered the butcher's labyrinth, then yes.
It's a labyrinth?
Taleth and the Butcher are about to have like a WWE match.
It is difficult to cage someone of immense strength. It is easier to put them in a place where there simply is not an exit that they can find.
Do you know if the labyrinth has a ceiling? Because I've seen Taleth crawl on walls and maybe he can get up on top and see the exit. That would be pretty slick.
I do not know what it looks like.
No.
Oda goes into the corner. He just starts praying, trying to get something.
Great.
Taleth
And
is
there goes
pretty
old man.
clever. He's pretty clever. Maybe he has a way out of this. Maybe he did it on purpose. Who knows? He does some stuff on his own. I'm trying to think on the bright side here.
Oda feels like there's something that he can do, but he doesn't know what it is, and he doesn't have any spell slots right now.
Just keep casting aid on my dead body,
Well, I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
or bless, or you know.
Oda, you think that the seal is interactable. I mean, your god is part of the magic that is
he's the
keeping
one.
them imprisoned.
I'm not supposed to be a priest. I'm a warlord.
Say what now?
Oda will.
A warlord of God.
He will
Of God's army,
finish
you know.
And then he'll go over to Rograk and Taleth. I'm gonna be honest. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, but we're gonna put Taleth there. Rograk, would you please sit here?
By all means.
And then I'm going to grab Rograk's hand, and I'm gonna grab Taleth's hand, and we're gonna see if I can't make something happen. I'm gonna try and interact.
He presses E to interact, DM.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing.
You think that you probably need to make contact with the like markings on his back. That is the source of the seal.
I see. I'm so sorry. I know that you haven't told us about these yet, but would you actually be able to take your shirt off and turn around?
It is suspicious that you would ask that. And I do not know how you knew of that. But yes, it is.
I actually recently talked with the alchemist specifically about you. That's how I know all of this.
You know the alchemist? Oh, you should.
We are far coworkers, like different buildings and everything. Anyway.
By all means, I can't believe that I didn't recognize you are of the same faith. Of course. He will disrobe, once again, just kind of robes draping around his waist.
Over Medora's eyes.
I'm just like,
It is not
kinda-
hot.
no, it's like I'm confused because it's just looking at the back, and it's like the first time that something actually like both interests me and disgusts me in terms of how like magic happens. So I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, rub
Sorry,
those
sorry.
hands together.
Not try not to have cold hands. I lay a hand on him.
Absolutely. You can feel your god's energy interlaced. There's a lot of chaotic energy that's going on here. Arcane magic is in the stitching. You have like kind of more infernal magic that is like binding souls. Like that is the magic of demons and devils, like using souls of currency and building blocks. Like that is some Carvanera type stuff. Your god's magic is related to both the Your God's magic is kind of the glue. It provides the shape of a labyrinth, and it like connects this skin graft to him physically.
Okay.
Roll an Arcana check with advantage.
Okay. Okay.
If there's any time for the McKelp's blood to put its work in, this is it.
Okay. All right. 17.
17. You think that you could send someone in. The problem is that any type of soul or like magic signature will kind of be recognized as a foreign body. Like if you were to compare this medically, the souls that are trapping the souls that are trapping the butcher in here and Taleth kind of act as white blood cells. They like pursue a foreign body. The butcher is a cancer, so they can't kill it. It'll just keep growing. It just exists there, but they can keep it at bay. And Taleth would be also seen as a relatively foreign body.
I have okay. I don't know who the best option would be, but I can send someone to help Taleth.
Is there any like specifics, or can just any one of us go in, or
Anyone can go in. I don't know what abilities you would have. We also don't have to send someone in. This is Taleth's terrain. But if we felt he could use some backup, I don't know if I could send myself.
You could not send yourself. You would act as kind of the bridge, and you can only send one person.
It feels a little bit out of our expertise. Maybe we do that as a last resort if we're given the sign that something very wrong is happening. I don't know, unless either you Addy, or you Medora feel that you could help him in there.
I mean, if it's fighting the butcher.
Very
I'm down
well
to
could
fight.
be.
I'll go.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll do that?
Why wouldn't I?
What if your soul gets stuck in there? What if you're stuck behind the lock of angry souls?
At least I died doing a good thing. I don't know. Why wouldn't I?
Adeline, could I
I
have
Addy,
your
guess.
Addy, you don't know this, and you probably would stab me if I say this, but you are a good person.
Thank you.
And
I do
I-
know this, actually.
Well, look, I wanted to let you know, all right? I know I don't
appreciate
talk
it.
to you that much, okay? I know that
Thank you.
I probably the way that I am and how I act is not, well liked upon. I don't know, because I don't know y'all that well, but I do let you know that, Addy, and I thank you for helping this man.
I appreciate
Or whatever he is, because he don't breathe, so I don't know what he is. But stay strong in there.
it. Always.
Adeline, could I please have your hand?
Addy.
Please be okay.
Adeline.
Sorry. Makes up Addy. Could I please have your hand?
I can't watch Leslie.
Give me
It's
your
okay,
knife first.
Medora. She'll be fine. They'll get out. I'm sure of it.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Give me your knife first.
Rograk has it.
He does?
They took all of our weapons.
Oh yeah, you don't have any weapons on
That's
you.
good.
No, actually, at the end of my hair, I take off my end of my hairpin. Here you go. Take this with you.
Thanks.
And it's the stats of a dagger. I
Mhm.
believe.
Sweet.
Please.
Oh,
Yes.
and if you need a snack, Leslie pulls out a package of like cheddar and peanut butter little crackers. that like come in those packages. It's really loud.
Not
He's like,
peanut butter Ritz.
yeah. So he's like, if you,
Rograk looks at you and he's like, how much have you lied to me? People are starving.
it's just to tide.
You couldn't find it in your heart to save people's lives?
I'll be honest, didn't think of it until this moment.
This man keeps on taking out food,
People are
not
dying,
realizing.
Leslie.
Here, you
Children.
can take
Children are
it.
dying.
You have it. I'm sorry.
I don't need it.
Here, you
People
can
have
have these
their
too. He pulls out a couple Cliff Guard bars from his back pocket.
Hello and above.
They're a little bit crumbly because I've sat on them.
Cliff bars,
but-
those are an impressive source of protein. You didn't think to share with your fellow man and woman?
Well, I would very much like to now that it's been brought to my attention.
Are
Oda,
we still gonna do this?
Oda,
Yeah.
I just want you to know I'm going to be incapacitated while this is going on, but the moment that you save your friend or they die, you're going to need to protect your friend over there.
Just to be sure, nobody
Hey.
needs a snack.
We'll figure it out. We'll try to give some
yes,
food
people
to.
need a snack.
We'll
I'm
give
going
the
to
snacks to the people. We'll give it to
Try
the people.
and connect
Just relax. Just
Addy
relax.
to Taleth.
I will not ask for a roll for this. You know how it's done. Addy, you begin your journey into the labyrinth of the butcher. Meanwhile, Taleth,
Mm-hmm.
you are in what appears to be some form of tunnel system, some kind of bunker-esque. You're not exactly sure. I mean, there isn't like a map.
Mm-hmm.
The halls are lit by flickering torches sporadically.
Okay.
At the end of the hallway, you see, end of the hallway, both directions of this hallway either branch or split off into multiple different tunnels of their own. What are you doing here?
He'll just kind of take a moment, just look around a little bit. Interesting, very interesting indeed. Well, let's see if we can't find ourselves a butcher. And he'll just walk forward, I guess. Hey.
Excellent. Are you searching for anything in particular, or are you just wandering?
I mean, yes and yes.
Okay. Roll a survival check for me.
Okay.
And roll it with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. Survival. Okay. That is with disadvantage.
Important thing to do.
In 18.
18. Jesus Christ, the McKelb's blood has taken host in its most needed subject tonight. You are a really smart guy, you know?
Yeah.
Not to brag for you.
Yeah.
But like Taleth is pretty peak specimen when it comes to mental stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
You recognize pretty quickly that this is some form of maze or labyrinth.
Okay.
You're like, I've done enough. Like,
I've read the newspaper
the
enough,
newspaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like you read that those like magazines for kids a bunch as a kid. What were those called? You know the ones that have all the puzzles in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones at restaurants that you get?
Yeah, the ones that are like always at the doctor's office. Those ones.
You get 4 crayons, the little pack of 4 crayons.
Yep. You know a maze when you see a maze. This is most certainly a maze. You've been going about your like traditional, okay, I've thought of this. If I were ever trapped in a maze, how do I get out? Follow the left-hand wall. Like, that eventually it'll lead you to the exit. Assuming nothing's magical, which this clearly is, so your hopes aren't high. on the way there, you do notice movement down one of the tunnels.
Almost somewhat instinctually, he'll kind of reach up to his shoulder to grab Melody, and then realize, oh, she's not there. That's right.
Yes.
And he'll just kind of peek his head just ever so slightly around the corner. It just again, like he'll kind of tuck up against the wall now that he knows that something is there, and just kind of very carefully peek his head around the corner to see if he can't spot what it is.
You make a perception check for me.
Okay. Okay. Perception, that's another 18.
Okay. You see some form of specter. Still like oozing blood from various gashes and wounds. Some of their limbs appear to have been severed and are simply floating, still connected to what remains of the limb with a clear like gash between them. Blood oozes from the cuts in the body. Their eyes are aware and searching. Can you also roll an insight check for me?
Sure. Insight. Okay. Insights. That is a dirty 20, DM.
Excellent. Whatever they are searching for, finding it and the search for it, just the knowledge that they are searching for it, brings them like intense glee.
Oh, interesting.
Like they are, it is like maniacal.
The thrill of the hunt.
Thrill. Yes. It is vengeful. Like it is the same like joy that someone would get from like killing the person that murdered their wife. Like that is the type of joy that they have on this hunt.
You got a ton of Inigo Montoyas hot in your pursuit.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So noticing that and kind of gleaning all that, he'll kind of double check behind him where he came from, before like waiting and just kind of watching, like to see a moment, like just to see a moment if this creature is just standing still at the moment, if it seems to be like actively searching, and like kind of pausing, just waiting for a moment to see if he can find a moment to quickly jump kind of across and pass this thing without it seeing him as he passes kind of through the hallway, through the doorway, so to speak.
Yeah. Can you roll just a flat intelligence check for me?
Sure. Oh my word. Okay. 24.
Yeah. This will still require a stealth check.
Okay.
This is kind of just a blanket stealth check that you'll need for this type of situation. This isn't like a swinging pendulum or an axe or something. This is like a living creature. So even if you get the timing right, if you run past them, clomping your feet on the ground, they're going to be like, what?
Okay. Stealth, not quite as good, only a 14.
Okay. All right. You know the timing. They appear to be not exactly patrolling, but like searching for something in a like consistent pattern. You wait for it, kind of steady the breathing that you don't need. You find that you actually breathe more in other people's minds than you do in real life. Because like the memory that you have reminds you to breathe. But you settle down, kind of like calm your breathing, calm your shaking. Wait for a moment. And then just full on sprint stealthily as you can. You successfully manage to slip past. What you notice on the way by is that this creature does not make any noise. And they do not appear to have like a fully physical form. Like they are semi-transparent. You can see through them just like you would like a ghost or a specter of some kind. You can also just innately feel like intense bloodlust. Like the closer you get to them, it is like swimming through the air with the amount of like murderous rage that this thing has. But you do successfully manage to slip around it and behind it. It appears to be focused on something. You manage to get past it into the next tunnel. Okay. Proceeding through this dungeon for a while, you don't come across a whole lot. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is a 14.
14. At some point in time, though, you do hear a noise that sounds like metal on stone. Not much of one. It's not like someone's hammering something into a wall or anything, or dragging like something metal on the ground. Just a slight scrape. The sound happens every once in a while, and you know that it is getting closer.
Okay. We're in like an actual tunnel.
Yeah, you have multiple options as to directions that you could go. Roll an intelligence perception check for me.
Okay. That would be a 19, DM.
You're also able to ascertain which of the tunnels this scraping noise is coming from.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go towards it.
Oh, man. Taleth not surviving a horror movie for sure. You proceed down the tunnel heading towards this scraping noise. Your eyes are very good in the dark. From a distance in this kind of dimly lit hallway, you're able to see the occasional spark as a creature, not a bugbear. You're unsure of exactly what this thing is. In its right hand, it holds a cleaver. And it strikes the wall every once in a while, leaving a mark. You cannot see a face on this thing. It is a matted mass of flesh and fur and muscle. You can see and feel raw, like killing prowess. Like this is a creature that is designed for killing. It is its entire purpose. It's like if you see a wild boar and you see its tusks, you know exactly what they are designed to do and can imagine what would happen if they were to ever catch you. This is a beast. And it isn't designed for hunting. Like it isn't like I need to catch prey to consume to survive. It is designed for the sole purpose of killing without cause. You are unsure of how, but you know that its presence notices you,
Mm-hmm.
and it begins to pick up speed.
Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm.
Just like how Taleth would be in any dangerous situation.
DM,
Hmm.
while I've been traveling around this maze for a while, recognizing the pattern of the specters,
Mhm.
do I get the sense that this creature is kind of at the epicenter of the maze, almost surrounded by the phalanx that is the specters, kind of on their
Ooh.
constant patrol?
What an interesting question. Roll I'm going to say roll a history check on this.
Okay. Okay, history check. Only a 14.
You don't think that this maze has a center.
Okay.
You think that it is a hunting ground where everyone is hunting everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
There is no prey, there is only predators.
Mm-hmm.
Except until you maybe walked in here.
Mm-hmm.
You have roughly 90 feet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, it's coming towards me, ready to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, let's see, 90 feet?
I
Yeah.
hope Adeline just drops out of the sky with her little knife.
Still Addy.
Wrong
I
one,
hope
wrong
Addy.
That's the real way you're going to die, Oda.
Yeah, yeah.
Still Addy.
Okay. I'm going to, 90 feet. That's such an awkward spacing for me right now.
Yeah,
now-
ain't that?
For now, I will back up 35 feet. And then just kind of see what happens.
Okay, cool. So the creature will move 45 feet.
Okay.
And then it will dash another 45 feet.
Okay.
So it is now 35 feet away from you.
Okay, great.
I believe that's the number that you specified.
Sure. Okay.
You hear a voice from it that somehow you recognize is still reminiscent of Rograk.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have the same vocal cords, but on a much larger scale.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So as he's charging towards me, first thing I'm going to do real quick, still finding the fragments of the weave within this mind. Taleth just kind of places his hand on the floor for a moment, and a single line just kind of shoots out within the cracks of the brick before it kind of shoots up at the head of this creature. I needed to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. All right. Hold on, gotta look up. God. Oh no, I have too many tabs. My one weakness. And my inability to type, my second weakness. Do. Wow, there's a lot of text on here. There we are. Okay. You said intelligence save?
Correct.
That will be a 20.
I'll use silvery barbs to make him reroll.
That will be a 21.
Ooh, okay. This guy is apparently intelligent. Good to know. I'll give myself advantage.
I can't believe it. I thought you would give it to him for sure.
Yeah, right. And then okay, so noting that, I'm like, okay, interesting. I will back up another 35 feet, which would put me 65 feet away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing I can do with my bonus action quite yet. So that's that.
Excellent. He will continue to run at you.
Mhm.
You hear him say, "Fresh meat. Your blood shall wet the ground of my prison.
Okay.
I shall hang your head on the doorway."
So you're one of these people.
Yeah, fun. He will move 45 feet.
Mm-hmm.
He will dash.
Okay.
And get just all up in your business.
Yep. Great.
He can't attack.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have that.
Mm.
So that this would go back to your turn at this point in time.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm still gonna go through with what I initially had planned because it's the best thing that I got right now.
I like it. I like it.
And
He takes out a marble and puts it in his
and,
pipe.
and he needs to make a wisdom saving.
Takes a
throw.
quick. Ooh.
Ooh, wisdom save. Okay. That will be a 16.
Ooh. Man, I wish that my mind sliver worked. We're gonna try silver barbs one more time.
Okay. That will be a 15.
Just makes it.
Do you ever feel like your spell slots are like pouring through the crevices of your fingers,
Yeah,
like
sand.
sand?
No response.
Focused.
He's locked in, guys.
Or
And
he's
then-
just in so much pain that he cannot bear to say anything.
Maybe both.
So yeah, right. Maybe both. Well, I can't do any bonus actions. I don't really want to give up an opportunity attack right now. So yeah, this is just gonna hurt. That's okay.
Okay.
You're just gonna take it on the chin.
Yeah.
He will make an attack.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use that die. I want to use this die. No, I don't want to use that die. That die's gotta be bad for one of us. Old Faithful? Is it your time to shine?
I have expected Gracie to be beamed in here and get down Mr. President Taleth like immediately.
I missed my box, which is very traditional for this dice. Okay. That'll be an 18 on die.
Nice.
Math is hard. So that'll be a total of 26.
Yeah.
Does that hit?
Yeah.
I know. Just got a real quick check my notes here. Okay, so you're good. You're fine. You're fine. There it is. So how's everybody's night doing, you know?
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
pretty good.
It's just like 2 dice. It's fine.
I'm waiting on my Taco Bell DoorDash order. So that's
Man,
pretty
ain't that a
cool.
throwback.
Not supposed
Remember
to.
when you used to order that like all the time?
I'm gonna be
And you were like,
chowing down on my cheesy gordita crunch while Taleth just gets absolutely rocked by this evil ghost.
So that'll be 19 slashing damage.
19 slashing damage. Oh boy.
Now specifically, the way that he swings down is he looks like he's just going to just chop straight down into your skull.
Mhm.
He diverts his blow on the swing down to chop into your thigh.
Oh, fun.
And it leans in really close and just says, "It's more fun when they run.
Mm-hmm.
Flee, pray." And that will be the end of its turn.
Hmm. You know, the disappointing thing, DM, is that because I had additional HP from Oda,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't quite enough damage.
Oh shoot! Yeah, him going full mind rage.
So you know
Heartbreaker.
that so my plan A and plan B just barely fell short, and it hurts. It hurts.
Hey,
really.
everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah, right.
Quote
Well,
Mike Tyson.
in that case, oh boy. Well, see, here's the thing. He likes it when they run, but if I run, that's an opportunity attack.
You want an insight check?
Sure. Could I get an insight check?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll an insight check.
That's not great.
2.
That's a 12.
12? You don't think that he's lying?
Yeah, he wants me to run because he wants to chase
Yeah.
me down. Yeah. No, that's
Mhm.
yeah.
Who couldn't use a little cardio?
Yeah, right.
Probably someone with a gash in their thigh.
No, that you got to walk that off.
Maybe someone who can't breathe.
First of all, it's home. Second of all, I could definitely use a little cardio.
He has asthma.
Yeah, it's home.
Plus, this is, well, I guess this is sort of his
DM,
dream,
this
so he can
this
do whatever he
is what-
wants.
This is what I'm gonna do, and this is my best bet for now. I'm gonna cast Vortex Warp.
I like it.
And I can only do this on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to make a con save, which he's probably
he
good
can't
at.
possibly be good at that.
He's probably good at that, but you never know.
Aaron, you're gonna suck at this roll. I'm gonna take Drew's place. I'm gonna give you the
He's
voodoo.
gonna choose to let it happen.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna Vortex Warp him, and I'm just gonna teleport him as far away as I can.
Sounds good. What's the range that you can send him on Vortex Warp? Yeah, Vortex Warp is definitely one of those spells with text.
90 feet.
Fantastic. Yeah, you send him 90 feet down.
Mm-hmm.
You've got at least that amount of distance.
Mm-hmm. And then I am going to.
You just send him like 90 feet over, and he'd just be like in a different part of the labyrinth at that point.
No,
Has to be a point I can see,
you attempt to clip him into the wall and hope that like the
Hope he
game
dies.
rebounds
Yeah,
and
right.
like kills him.
Okay, so I do that,
Yeah.
and then I don't have any health potions on me because I gave them to everybody else.
You and your giving soul. What a dilemma.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
If only you were greedier.
If only. Well, see, here's the problem. I have my memory beads, so
Yeah. You just
Yeah.
gotta toke one out real quick.
Yeah, but it's an action to do
like,
that.
hold on.
Take the edge off.
Hold on, quick smoke break, breathing treatment.
Well,
Take 5.
technically, I don't have to smoke them.
He has
Okay.
reverse asthma where it gets better when you smoke.
What if the butcher is chill
then
like that and
I
offering
am
him a
going
little
to
could help?
Yeah,
move-
dream blunt rotation, the butcher.
I am going to move. So, DM,
Taleth.
DM, if possible.
Yeah.
So obviously, trying to put the butcher as far away from me as possible, and I'm going to start to run myself. But I'm going to run towards the last location that I know one of the specters are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to need you to roll a check that probably isn't your favorite one, and I don't know if anyone has ever asked for in the history of Dungeons and Dragons in this context.
Sure.
I need you to roll a Constitution check.
Okay.
Not a saving throw. Just a check.
Natural.
Oh.
one.
That's bad.
Oh,
Wow, that's bad. That's really bad.
the first check ever of this.
You have
and it's
advantage
that
on it
one.
because of your silvery barbs.
Oh, very true.
This is the first
Does
check
that
that you rolled.
Okay,
Does
let's
that still
not
that
roll
one
that
counter?
because that one has not been nice to me.
Sure.
It'll be
I don't
okay.
think it counts towards the nat 1 counter because
Okay.
it didn't take effect.
A Constitution
job.
check is a 13.
13. It's hard. The cleaver has bit you like to the bone.
Yeah.
Like it was a wound and a half.
Yeah.
You have attempted to like tie some sort of like something around it, pack the wound in some way. It is leaking through the fabric. It is slowing you down aggressively. Your vision's getting woozy. You are proceeding as much as you can towards the last known specter. You hear a voice echo down behind you that just says 3. Can you make another Constitution check for me?
I see what's happening here.
He's counting.
DM, do I have an action?
Yeah, absolutely.
I will pull out one of my memory beads and ingest it.
Yeah.
Quick smoke break.
There it is.
Beads down your
It's
throat.
not. I'm not smoking. I'm just eating it.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
better.
no.
It's more
It's
sanitary in a
smoking.
brain.
100%. Which memory bead do you eat?
I'm trying to remember the two that I have.
Bro is
Well,
popping
that's-
edibles in a time like this.
One's the little
Gotta make
girls,
it feel
right?
better somehow.
Yeah, one's the little girls. I think one is the gosh dang dude in the mansion.
Well, I was gonna say yeah. I think one's still the guy in the mansion, and then one would be
Our quick steel girl. No?
no. I couldn't get a
No,
memory
he
out of the
couldn't
Quicksteel
get one. It
girl.
was locked.
Oh. Oh,
Didn't he
that's
go
right.
into one of
No,
our
it was
minds?
somebody recent.
Oh,
Was it
shoot.
Oda?
Is it? No, I think it's Leslie's.
Oh, you have my brain, baby.
Remember, because you dealt him
Oh,
a
yeah.
damage back on the train.
My brain really is marbles.
maybe it was.
Guys,
Leslie.
my
Sure,
Taco
we're gonna
Bell is
go
here.
with
I have to be
Leslie.
right back.
Yeah. So as you're running, the sound of gunfire and ship battle fills the air around you. Your
I
leg
heal.
starts to stitch together a little bit.
I heal 9 hit points.
Ooh, beefy.
Oh,
Hot
nice.
dang. Constitution check.
Ooh, another natural 1.
Lord have mercy.
Gee.
Um,
The dice
taking
giveth,
its
and
toll.
the dice taketh away.
to be fair, this is the first time that Taleth's been presented with a check that is not in his wheelhouse in a while.
Fair. I mean, honestly,
Not
it's still not
sponsored.
bad for me, but
Your stomach feels bad. The world's turning a little bit yellow.
Yeah.
You like, if I pass out, I think I just die. So I guess I'll not do that. One more time, you hear a voice still farther, still very present. 2. Constitution check for me.
Man, I really just want Addy just like she's like flying in.
Needs to be that song that's
Yeah.
I hope Addy flies
no,
in on
I
a
can't.
battle bus. He gets to choose
I
where to
was
drop.
thinking Fortnite.
I should have.
Yeah.
I should have.
You just hear the glider sound.
Yeah, over the comm, you hear where we dropping, boys.
DM question.
Uh-huh.
So one of the special functions of my bite attack
Yeah.
is that I either regain hit points or I gain a bonus to my next ability check or attack roll based on the damage I deal.
Mm-hmm.
Can I bite myself and gain that benefit?
No,
No?
that would
Okay.
be ridiculous and broken.
Just making sure.
You just suck on your thumb a little bit, and then you're like, all right, I'm better at a thing.
All right. Well,
To be fair, there's an Irish legend of Finn McCool that can suck his thumb to gain the wisdom of the like salmon wisdom. That's a real thing. Salmon of knowledge, excuse me. Yo, Grant.
can I? Okay. Well, no, never mind. Okay.
Constitution check. Grant, say your thing
Constitution
quick.
check.
I just wanted to say that my chips didn't come with my chips and cheese from Taco Bell.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sad. But I have a couple things at least, so I need support in this moment of pain, okay? Chat, can you help me out here? I'm sorry, Drew.
Taleth
Go
is
ahead.
dying.
18 DM.
18. You steady yourself for a moment. You pause against the wall. Clear your vision. You know that around the corner is where you last saw the specter.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You hear one more time the voice say, 1. Ready or not. What do you want to do?
Okay. So he hasn't been pursuing me until now. I will. And is there like a blood trail?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you've been leaking through your boots.
Yeah.
You got holes all over you. Mainly
Okay,
one big hole.
So
but-
I'm going. So I'm going to real quick take one my second memory bead.
Mhm.
Try and heal up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's 8 more hit points.
May I ask
Oh,
where you're sitting at now, health wise?
I'm now back up to 31.
31. Ooh, that's beefy. I can hit you so many more times.
How far is the specter down this hall as I like kind of peek around the corner?
Probably around like 30 feet. A convenient distance in Dungeons and Dragons world.
Okay, great. I'm just gonna hold my action.
Okay. What is your action held for? What's your trigger?
Once just before as he's running towards me, as the butcher is running towards me, just before he gets to me, basically, like within melee range, I'm going to dash.
Okay, where are you dashing? Towards
the
away from him? Towards the specter. Okay. You just dash into a wall 30 feet.
And specifically, DM, if possible, I'm gonna like kind of dash and purposely like kind of round the corner and start climbing up the wall and get like onto the ceiling.
Oh, I like it. You're gonna speed racer him.
Yes, 100%.
Fantastic.
Speed demon.
You prep yourself. Watch the pathway behind you. Can you roll a wisdom save for me?
That one, Drew. The one you're looking at right now. Yeah.
Your brother would never lie to you.
No, he lied to me.
Your brother would absolutely lie to you.
I'm so sorry.
You
9.
should never trust him. 9. It's nothing big. This is a very tense moment.
Mm-hmm.
Your nerves are at an all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the sound of the butcher's blade clanging against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He is letting you know how close he is.
Mm-hmm.
Previously, you think that he was marking the path that he was traveling, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know that this sound is very different. This creature that you have a lot of confidence in your ability to stop people in their tracks, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you've performed this. This creature has just blown aside everything that
Mhm.
you know to do
Mm-hmm.
and is on its way to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
For the next minute, you are considered feared.
Oh,
You have the fear condition. Nothing crazy. Shouldn't affect your plans super, super bad. Sure enough,
do I
you
get to continue
see-
to make checks, or is it just for the next minute?
just for the next minute.
Okay.
You see the butcher turn the corner.
Mhm.
Full sprint, bullheaded rush.
Mhm.
Blade slashing at the walls. It gets within 45 feet of you, and you begin to dash. The specter hears the noise,
Mhm.
so it has already turned to look down the hallway. Are you trying to run to it, past it, around it? What is your intent in this dash?
So my intent in the dash, specifically with the motion of me coming running up the wall and kind of up on the ceiling, is to kind of get around the specter without it like getting a swipe at me, basically.
Okay. Can you roll an acrobatics check?
Sure. Okay. 12.
12. It will take a swing at you.
Okay.
You are running up and around. You do some bob and weave. It's tricky. Like the ceilings are not super high here, so it will take a swing at your shoulder.
Sure.
That is only a 15 to hit.
That will hit. That is my AC.
Okay. Only a 15 to hit. That'll be 10 damage.
Okay.
You see now one of those, like the arm that has the severing in it reaches around, and its fingers elongate into these bone-like sharp claws, swipe up at you as you pass, catch you in the shoulder, and do gouge like pretty deep, but its eyes are still fixed on the butcher.
Mm-hmm.
As the butcher runs at it, both the butcher and the specter are overjoyed to see each other. It is difficult for you to look back, mainly because, I mean, the butcher is there and the frightened condition is something else.
Mm-hmm.
But the sounds that you hear as you are sprinting away from this are like a pack of wild dogs eating each other.
Mm-hmm.
It is brutal to witness any of the pieces that you do. But if you do continue to sprint away from there, are you going to, or are you going to like stay and watch like a little freak?
No, I'm gonna put some space between us.
Okay. As the sound fades, you do manage to find like a little divot in the path that almost looks like the start of a new passageway that was never completely formed. You manage to kind of huddle in this little alcove for a little bit to catch your breath.
Mm-hmm.
Do some light first aid.
Mm-hmm.
Addy, it is an interesting experience for you, entering into the Butcher's Labyrinth. Something that is a very important factor here is that, Addy, you do not have a magical signature.
Mm-hmm. She's invisible.
You are able to fully witness the labyrinth from a distance, from above. The labyrinth is a massive marble of tunnels. It is a spherical labyrinth. There is not a beginning or an end to it. It is just an endless distance of walls and tunnels and turns. Can you make a... Oh, gosh. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. I've never asked for this before. Can you make a Constitution perception check?
Yes.
I know, that's a funky one, right?
Constitution perception. 15.
15. You obtain the knowledge that traveling and kind of examining this location in your specific state is very similar to moving through the ethereal plane, where it is moved through willpower. Now, the ethereal plane is your mental energy moves you. Here, it is, in your case, your like physical willpower. It is like the thing that allows you to resist poison is like just your sheer grit is what is influencing your existence in this realm. You notice a couple of key things. One, there is a mass of murderous energy in this labyrinth. You can pinpoint where it is. It is dangerous. It is red. It like hurts to look at it. Like you can acknowledge the fact that this is a killing force that is very present in your mind. You also notice a mental energy that feels very interesting to you. You're basically going off of vibe, right?
Love a vibe check.
You notice if I were to visually describe this vibe to you, what you see is a pale glowing gray light that is surrounded by a like sickly corrupted poison that has like latched on to this energy.
Huh.
And that is like fully integrated to what this like core might be. Its presence is very strong here. It feels very natural. It does not feel like it is native to here by any means.
Right.
You also notice that there are several smaller pips that coat this labyrinth that are still murderous energy, but they feel more integral to the structure than anything else.
Okay.
They feel like they are part of the labyrinth rather than something trapped in it.
Gotcha.
Where would you like to go?
I'm going to go towards the interesting grayish vibe.
Okay. You
Seems
will
the least
yourself,
murderous.
Yeah, that's a good call. You will yourself towards that energy, and find yourself in front of a huddled Taleth. He is bleeding, like attempting to tourniquet whatever he can. His robes are tattered. He seems both like a little shaken, but also still pretty steadfast. Like Taleth is not one who like breaks easily, but like, you know, anything, everyone has a breaking point.
Yeah.
Taleth, you do not see anyone in front of you, but you can feel a shift in the mental energy. You know that there is something near you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as Taleth is kind of huddled, like one hand just is like just a whole wad of like he has no medical knowledge, so it's like what you would use to wrap yourself, but he just like is holding it against his side, still trying to suppress the bleeding. But in his other hand, he actually has like his spell book, and he's just like feverishly like kind of flipping through the pages a little bit before he kind of just like looks around, just very confused.
Never seen him confused like this before.
You can
She did
hear
it
Addy's
often.
voice in your head.
Addy,
Hey, buddy.
What the hell are you doing here?
Could ask you the same thing.
Where are you?
I don't actually know. I came in here to enter the labyrinth to find you. Ended up on the outside. This whole place is like a big ball. Do you know that? It's weird.
Interesting.
I just kind of came here. I don't know. Is this what you see all the time? Is this magic? Because it's weird. I kind of hate it. And I really miss my sword.
Must be your strange aura about you. Interesting.
Okay, watch who you're calling strange, first of all. Alright? I saw your aura. It doesn't look too good either.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Nope.
Not with a hole in my side.
Well, yeah, that too, I guess. I didn't see that part. DM, with my newfound imagination powers, I will call it.
The power. Oh my goodness. Are we
Power of imagination.
Are we in My Little Pony?
It kind of feels like it. Could I try using my sheer willpower to heal Taleth?
Ooh, that's interesting.
If I am not bound by
Could you give me a
this,
couple
and it doesn't feel like this is a flesh wound. This doesn't. What?
Could you give me a couple spell slots back while you're at it?
So, can we just do like a short rest? Like, can I just will him to have a short rest, a long rest, all of it?
This is such an interesting.
Because as far as I'm aware, and like I wouldn't know because I'm not up there as well, I am assuming that this is all happening in his head, and this isn't like an actual wound on his body. So if this is a mental thing, I feel like she's got a lot of mental toughness. She's got a lot of willpower.
Realm, all of a sudden, there's just like massive opening in
There's
Taleth's eyes.
a gash
Oh my
appearing.
gosh.
Can I ask you for a check of some kind? Now, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask you, what type of check do you think would best apply in this situation? You can be creative with it.
I'm looking through everything. And like I'm not gonna say it's Arcana, not only because my negative modifier like makes it really, 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 really bad, but I don't think she cares the magic side of this in the slightest. To her, like, this is all in her head, and this is a case of like sheer stubbornness. I almost want to say intimidation.
This is what I'll give you. All right. I'm going to say, can I ask you for a Constitution intimidation check?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Addy's gonna intimidate my own constitution to do better.
It's a 20.
Do better.
So you find that while you're trying to figure out how to fix up this person, you are a stubborn person. That is a trait that Addy, it's just built into who you are. That's who you've been forever. This is stupid.
Yeah.
This whole thing, all this stuff that's going on.
You
This
look
is
stupid
why-
right now. I hope you know that.
This is
Cowering
why
in the
magic
corner.
sucks. You
You're
know?
not bleeding.
Cowering.
Like,
Yeah, magic is
this isn't
stupid.
even real, dog.
Like, just wake up. I don't know.
You enforce your will upon the labyrinth itself. You find Addy. You don't know if you can get the labyrinth to heal him, but you think that you can probably that you can probably heal him without repercussion.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay. Addy, you lay a hand on him and you can feel pressure, but you can't see or anticipate anything that's happening. The wounds that you have on your body begin to flow away from where they are and like move up, like the gash on your thigh that has begun to close slightly from your own healing efforts, almost like washing ink off a page, flows up from your thigh across your stomach and over to your shoulder where that pressure is. And you see it wrap around an arm that isn't there, and then seal closed. You heal whatever damage is left on you.
Okay. We like that.
Now, Addy, this does hurt. The wounds aren't there. You can do this without repercussion.
Yeah.
You still feel the pain.
Yeah.
But you will not have any negative from using this ability.
Nice.
How much damage was healed? Just out of curiosity.
12.
Cool. So, you gonna get out of here?
How did you just do that?
Answer my question.
Oh, are we gonna get out of here?
Yeah. What do you want to do? Why are you here? What happened?
Well, I was talking with Rograk, and I thought I could perhaps get a little more insight as to what the heck the butcher is if I took a little gander into his mind. And so I did that. And I ended up here.
Nosy.
In this lovely place.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
When you said that you like saw it from afar, right?
Yeah.
Did you see an exit?
No. It's just endless. It's literally a sphere.
Interesting.
This is your wheelhouse, man. I don't know.
DM, technically, do I still have detect thoughts going?
I'm going to say no because I didn't ask you for a save.
Okay.
When you took damage.
Okay.
Can you roll? Actually, what's your passive arcana? Just so you can show off.
17.
17. You think that Addy, in healing you, was able to influence the labyrinth.
Mm-hmm. Taleth kind of takes a step out of the little hidey hole and puts his book back in his satchel and just kind of kneels down for a moment and just kind of places his hand on the brick of the labyrinth. Can he feel the weave within the labyrinth?
Make an arcana check.
You were totally hiding, by the way.
15.
It is difficult. What you can tell is closing your eyes and kind of feeling more with your innate sense of the weave. You can feel what almost appear like veins of energy running through the labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
All of them converge at a place where you can sense the absence of 2 feet. A well of nothing that appears to be where Addy would be standing.
Mm-hmm. Now, DM, I don't suspect that Addy would be a way out, do I?
You don't think that you could go like through Addy.
Mhm.
You think that Addy might be able to make a way out.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Do we want that? Because okay, interesting. Well, now I'm curious. I suspect, Addy, that you could make a way out.
Mm.
However, I'm equally interested and curious to see what sort of number you could do to the butcher.
Okay. I mean, seemed kind of busy when I got here.
Yeah,
Whole
I
lot of
led
bad vibes around
him
there.
to one of the specters that seems to be guarding this place.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't look fun, but
Well, he's
works for me.
an intimidating fellow for sure. But oh boy, see, okay.
What a puzzle of what to do.
Okay, so I just rolled a 2.
On a D2. You flipped a coin, guys. That's the highest possible roll.
Good job.
Great roll, Drew.
Which means that Taleth is probably honestly leaning towards I haven't learned from my previous mistakes.
Learning is overrated, guys. What a stupid thing to do. Learn.
I mean, I guess, would you rather just get out of here or would you rather fight the butcher?
I mean, none of this is real, so it's whatever you want to do.
Well,
I don't
My-
care. We can leave any time, as far as I'm aware.
if for some reason your strange absence of magic was able to cripple the butcher, that could potentially mean that we could get rid of the butcher for good, and then we could actually possibly trust Rograk fully.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
Cool.
And he'll
Good chat.
begin to kind of cautiously make his way back towards where he knows
Excellent.
the butcher is.
You don't want to
Fantastic.
get, like, killed again, do you? Not that you get killed here. It's just in your head, but, like, you didn't look like you were in good shape before.
I would
Kind
I
of looked
would-
like it hurt.
I would like to avoid that if possible, yes.
Okay.
It was still rather painful, even if it was in my head. I'd hurt people in their heads all the time, and they don't seem to like it either.
Maybe you should stop doing that.
It's kind of my thing, though. You know, it's kind of like with you and your swords
Well,
and your
You know,
knife.
I don't hurt lots of people with my swords, only people who deserve it. So,
Well, I don't just go around hurting people either.
right.
This
Okay.
conversation carries you roughly back to where.
Addy's so unbothered right now.
Absolutely.
She's just having a good time.
The battle between the butcher and. Ooh, actually, I'll have it like this. Addy, roll any dice you want and tell me odds or evens.
Odds.
You return to the scene to see the specter lying in pieces. The butcher is covered in this, like, the spectral blood of the specter that he has literally hacked into various little chunks. The head is still whole. And he appears to be, like, holding it and looking it deep into its eyes, trying to almost remember something. Like, something about this specter's familiar, and he can't quite put a finger on it. His eyes gaze past the specter for a moment and sees Taleth. And he says, "Pray.
Yeah.
You're supposed to run away, not to me. You're not very good at this game, are you?" It's all right. You don't have to run anymore. And he will just walk towards you, assuming that you came back to him for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And that you're just ready to die. He doesn't need to run after you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What do the two of you do?
Could see why you ran.
Uh,
Kind of ugly.
I don't suppose you do have any weapons on you, or is it just like
Do
your
I?
spectral fists?
You do not have any. You have the equipment that you had on you when you went in. So you do have
Can
Bedora's
I have
knife.
dagger. Can I will a sword?
I'm going to say absolutely. This is something that you know better than anything else is the feeling of your hand on a blade. You don't have to roll for this.
Yay. Yay. Okay. Well, I mean, this is kind of your idea, Taleth. What did you want to do here?
Honestly, I just wanted to see if you could hurt it.
Oh, okay.
And if you could like keep hurting it, possibly if you, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Can I? You can say no. Can I kneel down to the ground and will the ground to become soft? And have him sink partially into the ground.
Absolutely.
To, like, hold him
I
in
will
place.
allow you to roll a check for that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's roll another Constitution Intimidation.
Oh, yeah.
Just forcing your will. You're not asking it to do this.
Not great. Where's my intimidation? 14?
14. It doesn't sink to like his chest or anything. The ground does become softer. You see it almost stick to his feet as he approaches, and he goes, "Oh, little prey, you should know by now. Your tricks don't work on me."
I'm gonna run towards him.
Ooh, fantastic. He's about 30 feet away.
That's exactly my speed. So I will. Yeah, I'll get over to him.
Make an attack roll.
Yes. Woo! That works. That's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Awesome. Cool. Can this deal like a bajillion damage because I willed it to?
Oh man, you're adorable.
Thoughts? I think that'd be really funny. And that is 10 slashing damage.
You see a gash appear in the butcher's side. His eyes widen. And he goes, "What is that?"
In the butcher's head, just one green eye kind of glowing, partially covered in the shadow. Perhaps the butcher has become the butchered, and the prey seeks the predator to kill and to feast on.
The wound does not heal. It festers. It oozes. Addy, I'm just going to ask you, what would you like the outcome of the butcher to be? What actions are you pouring? I want to say, how do you want to do this, but not in a you've rolled a successful hit. What are you wanting to occur here? What is your intent?
The first hit was more not tentative, but it was like a
Inquisitive.
test. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see. This is very new to Addy, and this whole like being able to do things with her mind is weird, and she's not a fan of magic as is. But it's also kind of cool. She's kind of having fun. So as
Sunshine.
she's
and
attacking,
magic.
As she's attacking, it's gonna become more forceful and fierce. Because, I mean, she knows who this guy is, but she also likes Rograk, and she knows how much that this guy has impacted Rograk's life negatively. So I would say she would want to get rid of the butcher for good as well.
Taleth, you watch as more cuts begin to appear on the butcher. Each one a little bit deeper, a little bit closer to the bone, a little bit more lethal. A little bit more lethal. Slice after slice, effortless. Addy, for you, there is almost no resistance to your blade. It is as though you are wiping away dust off of a countertop. It is removal of an existence. Your blade slashes deeper and deeper. The butcher, excuse me, very different people. The butcher begins to bellow and rage. For a moment, he attempts to dash closer to Taleth, still assuming that Taleth is the cause of his anguish. Addy, you pivot around him, and plunge your blade deep into where you assume his chest to be. And the butcher shudders. From all around you, down those corridors, from the head lying on the ground of the specter, you hear gleeful laughter. Vengeance paid. And rushing from the corridors, 10, 20, 30 countless specters begin to flood the hallway, wrapping around Addy and the butcher. By the time that they are done, Taleth, you do not see a specter or the butcher. Addy, you are there. And you could see that. Actually, could you see? Can you roll an insight check?
Can. Don't think I have anything in insight. 12.
12. What you know is that the butcher is gone. The butcher has been destroyed. As to how exactly that happened and why, you're at a bit of a loss, other than the fact that you stabbed them, and that's normally a good way of getting rid of people. But for now, the labyrinth is empty.
Okay.
A single bead of sweat.
It's the first time that Taleth has sweat in like 30 years. And he's only like 25.
And he'll walk over to where the butcher was. That worked actually a lot better than I thought it would. Excellent. And he'll just kind of kneel down and again kind of just trying to feel the weave and kind of the energy within the labyrinth itself. Do I suspect that if Addy just like knocked down a wall, we could just walk right through it and get out?
You think that Addy could just open a door pretty much, yeah?
Yeah, okay. Well, Addy, unless you have any plans to stay here, I think you can just bust down a wall and we could just get out of here.
It works for me. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Let's get
I won't
out.
have you roll for this. You've got it.
You know what I'm
that would be
doing.
what a pointless roll to ask for.
Mind prisons. Let's go.
Addy, you just kind of put your hand on the wall and just go, burp, and the wall just
Can I just like
crumbles
stab it
open.
and like
Yeah.
cut it? Like fourth wall break.
Absolutely,
Just
like
slice
fabric.
down. Yeah.
Your blade cleaves the stone wall. Taleth, you know this to be an exit that will lead you back to your body. Addy, you can go back the way that you came through Oda and return to yours.
Cool.
I just dropped a d6 somewhere on the ground, and I know I'm going to step on it, and it's going to hurt. You both return to your bodies. Taleth, on instinct, you gasp.
Yeah, I just
You don't need to.
Oh, that's a. Well, he's alive.
They're back. Oh,
I quickly
what
let go
happened?
of everybody.
Taleth just looks around. He sees everyone around.
Yeah, Rograk just has his eyes closed, head in his hands.
We're good. We're good. We're good now. Okay. And
He like
Taleth
blinks and then stands up, goes to a corner and just like heaves like a round red like glob, like one big clot of blood is what he's it just like splats on the ground.
I go and I hold
something.
beside
Do
his mustache.
something.
Huh?
Oda, fix it. Something's wrong. Something's real wrong.
I need. Okay, there, buddy. Okay. Yeah, let it all out. You'll feel better once it's gone.
What was it like in there?
It was rather unpleasant. But on the bright side, thanks
My
to
hairpin
the
back?
help of Addy, the butcher's gone, which is great.
Oh,
What?
You mean like gone?
Yeah, so we were in the maze that I suspect was constructed by the doctor and your friend, the alchemist, to trap the butcher. I had my own stab at fighting him and was thoroughly thrashed. However, luckily, Addy made her way in, I assume thanks to you guys somehow. And due to her, I don't know what to call it yet. It's not anti-magic because anti-magic is still magic.
determination.
But her,
Yeah. Indomitable human will.
but she was able to interact with the space in ways far greater than even I could using Arcana, and was able to deal a lethal blow to what was the butcher. And then we made our way out. And now I'm back here, and I need a minute. And he steps out, opens the double doors to the balcony, steps out into the balcony, turns, walks up the wall, and like goes and perches on a roof somewhere, and just pulls out his pipe.
Sirius
Like Batman.
looked up again, now having once again consciousness in his eyes, and he will slither up rapidly to join you.
Yeah, both Sirius and Melody will kind of fly out and join me as I'm like perched somewhere.
Oda, well, you were kind of patting him on the back.
Yeah, let's make sure
You
that
notice- you notice the names on his back written in demonic script are gone.
All right. I'll see if he wants me to attempt to give him fur again then. But that's a different thing. Internal monologue.
Eventually, Rograk will kind of like steady his breathing, get a hold of himself, and he will turn and he'll say, "I'm sorry. I was having a moment there. My apologies.
It's the best of us.
Did I just hear you say that the butcher is gone? Like gone?
Should be. I killed him. At
You
least it
killed
looked
him?
Like it.
You like
I stabbed him, and then I stabbed him again, and then I stabbed him a couple more times, and then I stabbed him once more, for good measure. He's gone.
Are you some Valkyrie?
No.
What? He will walk over to you and like grab your hands and like kiss them, and then just and be like,
No.
What divine? Obviously, thank you as well to all of you who have come here, but this is... I don't think that you're taking this in a very standard way that I don't know if you recognize the feat that you have managed. This man, Oda, his co-worker, the alchemist, is like a pretty big deal. Like,
Ain't that the truth?
this is like an actual godlike miracle.
No. No.
I don't know, Addy. It seems like nobody else has figured it out. Somehow you possessed the ability to do it.
I was told that the butcher could not be killed.
I mean, just took a sword to him. It's not that out of the ordinary. I've done it before.
Addy, I think that
Do it again.
you are the one that is out of the ordinary.
No. No. I appreciate it. But
I will respect your indifference because of the gift that you have given me. I apologize to the rest of you as well. Although I believe that my suspicion of you was most certainly justified
Absolutely.
after this event.
Yeah.
I have very clearly seen your intent. I can feel a difference within myself. I think that whatever that was that I just hacked out was some remnant of whatever that prison was. And I have never felt better. What can I do to repay you? How can I help? Also, I should ask before that we get to that. You guys are clearly not prisoners, right?
no.
No.
Your
Around this
standard
point,
way, no.
The Modrons wish.
around this point,
Hey.
Taleth crawls back in through this, like, up, and it's like walking on the ceiling before he just kind of jumps and like flips down and lands on the floor. with
See,
everyone
that's
else.
what I'm talking about. That is messed up. I don't know how that works.
So
Just one moment. Wait, before DM, can I go and quickly do I want to say it's a medicine nature check because it's like a red glob, you know.
Uh-huh.
I want to double
it,
check
no.
the glob just in case. Just
I'm
in
just gonna go
case.
take the glob.
But
Oh, man, I'll get to it first.
You guys
Man,
can
that's
share
such-
the glob.
that's such a shame because I already took the glob.
No, you did it.
Yeah, roll a medicine check.
Awesome. I'm proficient in it. That's great. Ooh,
Man, I really wanted the club.
21.
This is not a natural formation. Whatever this is was like an implanted thing in a person's body, and it is now no longer there. And also, it is very quickly dissolving, because it does not have the like support necessary. It's almost like a baby. Like it doesn't have the
Like how
necessary
babies
things.
dissolve.
Well, if you take a baby out and it doesn't have the things necessary to grow into a fully formed being, then it dies. That's kind of what's happening over here, right? This is needs life support and does not have it and is quickly like disintegrating.
Can I take like
We have
really
do we have like a
quickly
mouse somewhere?
grab like a piece of it and put it in a tiny little jar?
Yeah, I'll let you vial something, you know?
Great.
Quick, where's Sirius? We need a host.
That's crazy.
We don't need a host for this one.
I'm not going to touch on that.
Sorry. I'll be more quiet.
Addy,
Hmm.
how can I help you? This goes to the whole party, but I feel like you'll like address me more clearly. No offense.
We need your trust.
You have it.
I'm gonna look over at Taleth and just give eyes like I'm gonna share everything, right? So, your friend Dr. Anna Rose. She has played a heavy part in the innovation and development of,
Quick stuff.
it's called Quicksteel,
I know of it.
and it's been weaponized in a way that we are trying to reverse. We have a little girl. How we got in on a ship. Whole other story, but we have a little girl. No older than 13. Who's been impacted by it. And we need to get it out. So we've been looking for Dr. Anna Rose. When we came here, we didn't know what the state of the moon would be. We fought the Quicksteels before. And we want to get everyone out. But we need time. We will help. We need to help this girl. And we will help you. You have my word.
What would you have me do?
Didn't think that far ahead. But it starts with,
Well, a starter would be...
Yeah.
We need information, and whatever information you have, specifically on your main opponent of Ogum.
we'd
all
like
feel
to
it,
solve your food problem.
we all feel it right that the sooner that we help you, the sooner you can help us. And it seems that Ogum is the biggest pawn on the board right now. So whatever information you have about how we could possibly get to him while avoiding most of his forces, any weaknesses he might have, anything we can exploit, allies you might have in the region, anything helpful that might allow the 5 of us to take the fight to him personally.
Very well. I will tell you everything I know. Also, you have reminded me of something. He will stand up.
Also, DM, if I haven't, if enough time hasn't passed, I will have dropped Oda's form like a little while ago.
Oda's walking up the ceiling.
Catches it. Hey, Leslie, what's your armor class?
14. That's right off the dome, DM. I remember that.
Cool. He's going to walk over and just slug you in the jaw.
Yes.
It would deal
what was that
3
for?
points of damage. And he says, apparently, your friend can just solve the food problem by pulling random snacks out of his pocket. Had to get that off my chest.
Oh, that.
Completely fair.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah, I deserve that one. I deserve
You
that
did.
one.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
I mean,
really
we
did.
have.
Yeah,
Don't we, guys,
Leslie,
don't we
yeah.
have like a whole bunch of rations? Like, why have
Back
we
on
not
our
been
ship.
sharing these?
Because
That's on
our
our
ship
ship.
was
Yeah,
a
that's
secret
right.
until
That's right. They were on the ship.
now.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's on me.
That
guys.
is-
That's on me.
This is the first time that Taleth
Potentially-
never said anything.
Oh.
Another option of things that we could do relatively quickly if we can get either the doctor to the girl or the girl to the doctor quickly. That's another option.
Yes. Sorry, this is the first time that I have engaged in violence willingly since I regained my faculties, out of fear that violence would shake the prison of the butcher. Now,
But isn't it very
I'm
nice? The prison
freely
is very
able
nice.
to engage.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Oda just like steps
No,
in between
don't tell him
Leslie and
that.
Rograk.
Don't. Yeah.
No, back off. Let it happen.
Whoa,
worry.
whoa. Message
worry.
received.
I just needed to get that one out there, you know. Here's the
Okay.
situation.
Leslie's tearing up a bit.
Get over it. People are starving outside. Leslie, no tears.
Break
I
a-
can't
a
afford to
cold
lose
press
the
over my
water.
knee and offer it to Leslie.
Yeah, I take it.
Here's the situation. When the prison was unlocked, the prisoners stormed the guards, and they were decimated. I managed to save some of them. They are currently downstairs, being taken care of to the best of our abilities. The higher-ups that we managed to capture poisoned themselves in order to prevent codes from being leaked, the ability to leave, any access capability was stolen, taken away from us. But with the help of Dr. Anna Rose, who is also located down there, we have been able to keep them stable and alive, although we have not been able to wake them up yet. Both of us need the prisoners, Ogum and I. My plan has been to contact the Ouroboran government, offer their higher-ups in terms of parley, and in trade for their lives, access for me and my group off of world and out of sector. Ogum needs them for a similar reason. He wants to lure the government here, kill them, take their ships, and slaughter the guards at the same time. I have the prisoners. Ogum has the communication network. He can't access it without the codes that my prisoners have. Unfortunately, Ogum also has control of the food stocks, and he outnumbers us. Right now, our defensive position is pretty much the only advantage that we have. Now, there is a third party, the neutral zone. Prisoners that were either not violent enough to join Ogum, or a little too violent to join here, or were simply wanting to stay out of conflict, remain in the neutral zone between us. I don't know how many of them there are. They have no specific leader. There has been tale of someone divvying up resources amongst them, but I don't know who they are.
Do you know where that's happening?
North. In the northern area between the western and eastern districts, where most of the neutral party resides. No one tends to travel south. South is a little scary. I wouldn't call it a neutral zone. It's more of those people are crazy and will rip your arms off with their bare hands.
What else might you gain access to with the codes that the guards have?
If there are any databases that would contain information for us, they are locked with said codes. If there are any other ways off of this moon or into it, the only way that we would know is by having access to those channels.
Well, I could help with that.
We might also be able to get away with not needing to use their comm devices. I'm waiting on a call back as well.
You don't
Quickly.
think...
Oops.
Go ahead, Medora.
Oh, I was just
No,
going to
you're
say
good.
really quickly before we continue to help. Can we get our weapons back? I know we can do
I
a
was
lot.
also going to ask for
when
that.
I know, yeah.
I would love my sword.
The thing is, we're not going to use them on. We hope that we've gained enough trust to where you know that we're not going to use them on y'all. We want to do our best to be the strongest to help you all and succeed in this. We can't just go in with bare hands.
As soon as we can get back down and come up with either A, the truth, or B, an excuse for my newfound trust in you, then I'll see what I can do. The answer should be yes. The main problem is, can we come up with an excuse? I'm sure I can think of something. They listen to me pretty well here.
Do you think
What
we
was
have
the
a shot at...
Well,
What were you
That
gonna
was a
say, Leslie?
lot.
Do you think we have a shot at convincing some of the neutral folks to maybe help us out with the Oakham problem? I imagine that they also would benefit from a more evenly distributed food system.
I'll
The neutrals-
see if I can find who I know.
Yes, you were looking
I
for
was gonna
someone in the
say,
neutral
I've
zone.
Spoken to you about it.
Perfect. Yes.
I might.
You would have better luck of it than any of us.
Okay.
The neutral zone does not tend to trust those from the east or the western camps.
Okay.
You would have, yes, better chance than
yeah.
I. I can assist you in whatever way that I can with the information that I have a very, very, very rough map of the district.
Better than nothing.
But much of your journey will be on your own, unfortunately. We could guide you to the neutral zone, but to enter it would be foolhardy. It is more likely that they would sell our information to Ogum in trade for food, and then we would be in trouble. Caught out.
I understand.
A smaller party may also be advisable. A large group raises alarms.
I'll probably stay behind with Taleth. I heard
It-
the word poison, and I'm quite interested to see what that brings.
It might be best for me to go on my own anyways, looking for him.
I don't know if alone is a good idea.
I think it is.
Melody will fly over and land on Addy's shoulder. Don't worry, we'll be able to find her if something goes wrong.
Addy seems to have proven that she can take care of herself.
Thank you.
Rograk, if you don't mind, might we all, the five of us, have just a moment to ourselves before we all continue on our way?
By all means.
Once he does leave, Taleth, like, trying his best to hide it, but failing, like, for the first time, feels almost like sheepish and embarrassed. And you see him kind of like take a couple steps away, like back towards the balcony, and just kind of rubbing his head a little bit. And he'll say, like, still not really even facing you guys, he'll say, "Thank you for saving me.
What was
I
that?
know. Thank you. I don't know if I could have made it out of there so easily without your guys' help, so I appreciate it."
It was Addy who volunteered. She wanted to. She said it was worth dying if it was for a good cause.
Well, I'm glad that she was able to save Rograk.
And it wouldn't have been possible without what Oda did. I don't know what kind of magic that was.
Yeah,
It
what
was
that?
mostly Addy.
What was that? What kind of magic was that you did?
The prison and specters were bound through the power of my god. I was simply able to tap into it.
Okay.
That we all have a good cause and a good reason, and I feel that it's a good fate that we've all come together.
The
And I
four
trust
of
you all.
you go. Oh, yes, you got a thing?
No,
Oh,
sorry.
no,
I was
no.
just saying that there's 5 of us.
Oh, no, I know. I know how many there are.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Four of
Wait.
you
Let you cook.
will proceed to go with Rograk
Oh,
back down. Addy, on the way down, you split off from the group and informing Rograk. Rograk comes up with an excuse for all of you. You're given a general map, kind of a slight guide, and a little bit of a couple of hints as to some people that you may find there, some of the more notable figures in the neutral zone. As you make your way out of the western camp, you enter into stealth. You start moving a little bit more tactically. You notice on your arm, faded, or maybe just not fully there yet, a name written in Infernal beginning to appear. that is where we're going to end tonight's session, everybody.
Oh no! Oh, that sounds bad.
That's a new. That wasn't what I was expecting you to describe. That one's a bit new. I was expecting something else. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what we're going to end tonight's session. I'm going to start with the question that I always forget. Do you guys level up?
No.
I've got to know. I've got to know.
I don't feel like it.
I've got to know. I've got a shaken head. I've got a disappointed Drew.
Drew just clicks his pen.
Thank you to all of you listeners out there for being here tonight. I'm so thankful to have you. Thank you also to my players. You were fantastic tonight.
Thank you, DM.
A
You were
very,
fantastic.
very good job. I had a lot of fun with all the decisions. This was probably the first like Addy centric episode, so that was pretty cool.
Felt good. Felt
we
right.
could do like a word count, and she probably said more words in this episode than she has in all the rest of them
the
combined.
entire campaign. You're gonna laugh.
Emotion too.
Addy's record throughout the entire rest of the season will total this episode's word count. You all did fantastic. I had an absolute blast. You are fantastic players, and I am lucky to have you. Next week is our off week. It is the first Monday of the month. We will not be here. If you are here, we will not be. Keep that in mind.
We still love
So
you,
the
though.
next chapter, chapter 15, I believe is on April 14th,
Mhm.
which, if my information is correct, Gracie
I
may
just
not be
checked.
here for that.
Mhm.
Oh.
So, we will still be here, but we'll be one person short. If you want to keep in contact with us and other people who like the Paper Dungeon and enjoy Dungeons and Dragons and other TTRPGs, check out our Discord. We're working to improve it consistently. It will get to a place where the Discord is great, and you should be there for that when that happens at some point in time. If you want to support the show, the best way you can do it, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your dog. I don't care who's here.
A viewer's
I
a
just
viewer.
care that you're here. Yeah, a viewer's a viewer, you know? Otherwise, our Patreon, great way to support us. We will be uploading post-episode table talk in the near future. We have like a maybe 30 minutes after stream that we talk about the episode, kind of what's going on, get some just cool behind-the-scenes info, maybe even some cool like, ooh, look at that, didn't know that about that character. So check that out. It's probably the best way to support us monetarily, in my opinion. I think that we
for
might
sure.
make more from Patreon now than we do from like Twitch as a whole. And we have like 4 people on Patreon. We have got those loyalists.
Strong
you
start
know?
over there. Is it a
Um,
cult following?
Absolutely. So thank you also to our Kickstarter supporters. You're incredibly important, and we could not do this without you. This season is on the backs of giants. And then the last thing that I have to say, I think if no one stops me, is the same thing that I say every week. Good luck and Godspeed, everyone. We will see you next time, Dungeoneers. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye now.